last two bolts are always the worst ones because this is where it's going to come all over the place, make the biggest mess. So unfortunately, I can't move fast enough, so if it comes my way. For the record, this is not how the fluid's supposed to look when it comes out.
It's like cane syrup.
It doesn't smell as bad as it could. That's usually the biggest indicator you did some major damage. It smells burnt. So you are going to be good in that aspect. I'm just trying to get this bolt back in so I can catch a thread, come to the other side, and hopefully I can control the pour. If you don't support the pan, you'll figure it out real quick.
So rather than putting a drain plug on the bottom of this, I imagine they figure it's only going to be changed every 60,000 miles or something.
Exactly. While the newer transmissions do have drain plugs now, because a lot of your filters are modular like an oil filter, which is a wonderful innovation. Alright.
And that's the last one. And there it is, just a filter. Doesn't look like much, it's a very unassuming piece of equipment, but without it, this thing detonates in no time. So that catches all the little bits of shreds of junk and metal and everything that might be breaking off inside of there.
Exactly, all your wear items like your bands and such. Now, I'm not 100% sure this variety has bands like the older Chevys I'm used to. But yeah, you have your breakdown. There's usually a magnet at the bottom of your pan as well that will clean out. That'll tell you just how much damage has been wearing on itself or if it hasn't. If this was changed, it wasn't changed. So there's all your metal shavings. Here's the magnet that I was talking about.
Yeah.
But there's all the metal shavings from your bands and such. I'm not sure this has been changed out.
In the history of the vehicle?
Quite possibly, as much as I hate saying that.
It looks like
Edges.
molasses here.
Yeah. But that's, hopefully, see. So between the magnet and the pan and the filter, they've done their jobs. And if you're lucky, they include the gasket. Alright, cool. So it's two different ones. Nice. Good chance it probably hasn't been done since it come from the factory. Overall, the seal doesn't look bad. I mean, it was leaking. It was leaking from over here.
Okay.
So it needs to be replaced after all. Which is fine. Good idea to change mains every time anyhow. They might be on there for another 60,000.
Anytime you decide to do a video, the neighbor mows the lawn. I don't know what's up with that. I think the other day I was trying to do a gardening video and somebody decided it was a good time to start working on their boat motor.
Murphy's Law, my man.
They're just giving this a good cleaning so the new seal will fit on there nicely.
Absolutely. I want to give it as little chance for failure as I possibly can. And it looks pretty darn good. Now we're just down to taking the other filter off and popping the other one back in. Should be as easy as 2 small screws. Set in the sun for a minute. Hopefully it'll lay out the rest of the way. And then electrify Smart TV and stick it down so it'll make it easier to put in there. Work underneath the way we are. Not going to be able to see all sides at once. Pucker that up. And it's pretty much buggered up for the rest of it. Let's get a new one. Guessing 7mm is going to be it. Odd size. Seven won't work on that one. It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. 8's way too big. Seven only just barely. Five 16ths way too big. And a quarter too small. Never assume all bolts have the shoulders. Perhaps it's an Allen key.
You managed to pull that out with a 7mm.
Yes. Not advisable. I realized I had it. It was a T20 Torx.
7mm.
And some 7mm socket. Who'd have thunk it?
It's a long par 5 and it's quarter. I've heard that transmission fluid actually makes a good sealant for concrete. So. People pay a lot of money to get their concrete refinished with them.
Well, I'm glad to say we're doing it at a discount for you.
It's authentic.
The one part that you always have to hate about this kind of job.
The stigmata.
Nice thing is everything else looks really clean underneath here. Everything else is fine. Your little modulator ever goes out, there it is. So I plan on changing the fluid again. There is a lot of debris in here, but nothing big. There's not a lot of gold chunks. So just want to be lovely to have one of the kids out here. 1 and 2. Changing out's the easy part. Once it's clean. Plug with an oil filter. It doesn't hurt to go ahead and give it a little extra. But better seal. Before everybody screams about it, yes, I want to wipe the bottom of this off to get sand off it before I put it back into the pan.
I've heard that Himalayan yogis actually bathe in used transmission fluid. So don't make anybody laugh while they're using the metal lathe.
That's funny right there. Lost 2 fingers, but that's still funny.
You do spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby.
I'm only going about 5-10 pound torque. I'm not going much at all. Who's there to secure it? Alright. Now the hard part. Getting the pan back up. All I did was took a little bead of Gorilla Glue, put around the edge of the gasket, kind of give it something to hold on to. Because I'm putting it on the way we are, not able to see directly up to the bolts. I want to take out as little of the guesswork as possible. So I know if it's good on here, it should go up pretty straight without wrinkles or kinks. Unless you're glutton for punishment, always start hand first. Try to make sure I don't move anything around so the gasket stays flat. How many miles do you have on here?
160,000.
Well, if this was actually done on schedule, you'd be right about there.
For what, the third change?
Well, I care not to assume how long it's been.
With oil or transmission?
Touche.
The oil's been like 3,000 miles, but the
transmission hasn't.
no, not in the 5 years I've owned it.
And your symptoms were overheating and slipping, right?
Yep. I noticed the slipping first, and then it started to overheat later.
Oh, it did slip first?
Yeah.
Okay. That may be filtered. Maybe you weren't getting enough fluid flow, which also constitutes the overheating. We saw how bad the magnet was. It did its job.
Yeah, my wife was on her way to the organic beauty salon where they were showing how to do eyelid treatments with used transmission fluid. And the irony was that our own transmission was failing on the way there. So you just torque these suckers up once you've put them all in by hand.
You gotta put them all by hand.
So you balance the seal's got to be not slipping around in there.
Right.
And then you can torque it up.
And you're only torquing to 15-20 pounds max. You don't have to use a lot. Big misconception is the tighter is the better when it comes to automotive anything, and it's really a big fallacy.
Because you could over squeeze that seal and be pushing it aside, actually, I would think.
Absolutely. You're going to push and pinch it, and it'll valley up in some spots. Contrary to popular belief, these are very precision-made machines. As much as we, clunk around with them.
And then the only thing left to do after this is just top it off with fluid, right?
Yep, well, filled up. I'll use Lucas first. Lucas is always a good item to throw in. I don't believe in a lot of additives, don't believe in a lot of the synthetics and a lot of the gimmicks out there. But I've seen it used a lot of times, I've used a lot of times, and it's bailed me out of a lot. Cheapest preventive measure you can have besides having good insurance.
Nice way to spend your day off. Working on my van.
I can think of 100 other things I'd rather not be doing than this. So. It's not on my top 10 list of things to hate. Although when I left the house to go hang over here, the last thing Laura thought I would be doing is working on your vehicle. I won't work on my own vehicles.
I always find it easier to work on somebody else's problems than my own. I gotta go paint somebody else's house, but my bathroom's been needed to be painted for 5 years, Same time I got the van.
Coincidence?
The van, it has taken the life of our village.
Unfortunately, without the van, it's pretty hard to have the life of the village.
Before the van came, we were happy. All was well.
Had money.
Our crops never fail. Our women always bear children. They keep bearing children, but now the crops fail. Alright, so
Nice thing about this, if you miss one of the bolts, it'll let you know. Unfortunately, that's not just all humor, that's experience talking. Alright, done on the last one. Pardon me.
get all the dead spiders out of it.
Ultimately, I like to be spotless, but you got a good filter in there, so we're going to put it through the test immediately. Like I said, I don't believe in a lot of additives and a lot of the extra hokey stuff that they like to market at you. Lucas is one of the few things that do work.
This YouTube sponsored by Lucas.
Yeah, right.
Looks kind of delicious. Looks like Kool-Aid they used to serve at Vacation Bible School.
Nice and syrupy.
Yeah.
Half sugar.
We'll see if they're right about 4 quarts filling this up.
Nice thing about transmission is you can go over a quart and you're not going to harm anything. Though I don't want to fully test it. That sure is a whole lot prettier than it came out. A lot cleaner.
It's like Killian's. I've got some IPA in the house. It's pretty good. We could hit some of that for lunch.
That sounds like a fine lunch. Heck, maybe I'll even find my coffee cup between then.
It's probably on 441.
Give it another 5-10 minutes, let it warm up, give it a final check, see where we're at. With luck, no leaks. The reverse will catch. Very nice. Go from reverse to neutral, let it rest, and drive. Well, that's kicking pretty hard. It's got a good grip to it. All right. Let me go ahead and check your stick, and we'll go ahead and. All right, man. I'm sorry to say, your fluid is no longer black.
Oh.
Yeah, it's clean. So
It was just starting to get that aged look to it. You know, on eBay, used transmission fluid, 50, 60 bucks a gallon for the old stuff.
all right, check the 3 times, and all 3 times it's at the minimum.
All right, good deal.
So I'll throw another half quart in there. We'll call it good.
Well, here we go. Let's see if it works. Yep. Feeling good.